You're watching Anissa Naomi TV.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, say hello in the comments. I would love to say hi. And if you're back, I hope you say hi too, because we're friends now. I'm so excited to talk to you today about something that I think is really going to resonate with you. And it's about why you are not seeing results and why, when it comes to your goals, you are not making progress. And the big thing here, one of the things that I have learned as a recovering procrastinator, as somebody who historically put my goals off, always set these big goals at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolution, New Year, New Me, and continually found myself not making progress. And I continue to find myself maybe even procrastinating all year long. I remember when I launched my blog, I procrastinated launching my blog all year long. And then I launched it in like 3 weeks at the end of the year. And it taught me that sometimes there are certain things that we give ourselves too much time, so we procrastinate. And there are certain things that we are trying to bite off more than we can chew. So I want to talk to you guys about how I kind of look at our goals and our ambitions. I had to get my notes. I have like all this printer paper because I find that it's more freeing to me to write on loose leaf printer paper than in a notebook with lines. That's my process right now, these days. So there's two things. Number one, you could be giving yourself too much time with your goals. And number two, you could be biting off more than you can chew. So I like to think of this in our universe of self-improvement. We have different pieces of the puzzle. And a lot of times we categorize things differently. So I just want to talk to you guys about how I categorize the different parts of my improvement. So overall, I have a dream. And the dream is like the pie in the sky, how I really want to live my life in an ideal world. This would happen, and this is how my life would be. That is like the car that I'm driving, the lifestyle, the family, the different things that I am afforded is what is in my dream. And then what supports the dream is my vision. So my vision of the people that I'm going to help, the business that I'm going to start, the relationships that I'm going to create, the friendships that I'm going to create. That's the vision. And there's a difference between the dream and the vision. The vision supports the dream. The vision supports the dream. So the vision is still big and the dream is nearly unattainable, and both of those things can be evolving, right? So different phases of your life, you might have a dream to live in a different space and depending on the phase of life that you're in. You might have a vision then to have a certain type of job to support that lifestyle that you might not have right now. So it gets smaller as you go down, and I can maybe I'll try to illustrate that over here for you guys. So I'll scoot over. So you have the dream, and that is like pie in the sky. Maybe you get it and maybe you don't, but you know for sure that you're gonna try. And then you have the vision, and the vision supports the dream. And in order to make the vision real life, you have to make a plan. So you have the dream, then you have the vision supports the dream, then you have the plan, and the plan supports the vision. Now the plan is more specific than the vision, but it's still a very macro level. And I can give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about. And within the plan, you have goals. And the goals are the milestones, the smaller things that are really small wins, like the different things that you are kind of hacking away to make the plan come into fruition. And a lot of times we have a vision, a really big thing that we want to accomplish that is going to require time that's going to require longevity, that's going to require us showing up and putting in our daily deposits for an extended amount of time so that we can see the compound interest that happens with those daily deposits. And a lot of times what I see people doing is that they'll get into the new year and they'll be like, new year, new me. And they have something that they think is a goal, but it's really a vision, right? They have something that they think is a goal, but it's really a vision, meaning that they have something that should be broken down into smaller bite-sized components and is a goal for them to reach, but it's actually a vision. It's actually this huge thing, this huge undertaking that needs a plan and milestones to support it. And so why that's important, the categorization of your goals, where they fit in the things and the desires that you have. So this is more about your desires. Your desires can be categorized into your dream, your vision, your plan, your goal. They're all things that you want. They're all things that you want to accomplish, but each of them are categorized differently. And it's the time that it takes to get to each one that makes a difference. So goals are maybe more short term. I would say like 6 to 12, maybe 18 months is what it could take to have a goal. Even less than that. Like you could have a goal that takes you 3 months to accomplish, right? But you want to think about it in the short term. So that way your brain can get what it desires, and your brain desires this dopamine hit. Okay? So your brain is desiring the dopamine hit. Your brain is desiring something. And so it's told you, hey, we want that thing. And you've taken your vision, this really big thing, and told yourself that it's going to take you 6 months to get to it. Told yourself that it's going to take you 3 months to get to it. And while I can applaud speed, your brain does not like to be disappointed. So when you start to approach the milestone that you set for yourself, when you start to approach this timeline that you put on yourself and you are not making the progress, you get disappointed. You get afraid that you're going to get hurt. You're going to be disappointed. And so with that, maybe you pull back. Maybe you're the person who leans in, but you might pull back. So we have to make sure that we're categorizing our desires in the proper place. So making sure that those big things that we're realistic about, what is it going to take for me to get there? And how do I show up in a way that is representative of that? Another thing is you give yourself too much time. So you've given yourself too much time. So maybe you've set yourself a milestone, or you're thinking that it's going to take you longer than it will. And so how you can categorize this is really looking at, what do I desire? What do I really want my life to look like 10, 15 years from now? And that is likely where you're going to come up with your dream, right? What do I want my life to look like 10, 15 years from now? That's where you're going to come up with your dream. And then you think about, what are the things that I like to do, that I feel energized doing, that are meaningful to me, that I can give to the world in a meaningful way to help support me from a monetary perspective to have the lifestyle that I just dreamed about, right? And everybody's is going to be different, but your vision is the work that you put into the world. And then you can ask yourself, what's it going to take? What needs to happen? What are some big steps that need to happen in order for this to take place? So, for example, I'll talk you through one of my dreams and visions that I'm kind of living into right now. So, flexibility, freedom is something that I dream of, and having a lifestyle that supports me in a way where I can have the things that I want and the things that I need, but also the things that I want. And that can look very different depending on the season that you ask me. So like, let's not get into it. But I like nice things. I like to travel. I'm not really a big car person, but like some people like nice cars. Some people like to travel in a very particular way. Some people don't care about any of that and they just want the freedom, the time freedom. And so I had this vision not too long ago, maybe a few years ago, about allowing there to be freedom within my corporate work. Allowing there to be freedom within my corporate work. So I wanted to be in a position where I was being compensated in a way that was meaningful to me and representative to me of the value that I bring to the table. And I wanted to lead and influence in a way where I could delegate out a good amount of my work and have the flexibility to work on other things like this YouTube channel, like my coaching programs and things like that. And I knew, so that was the vision. Like, I want to be a leader and I want to have flexibility in the corporate space. And so that was really big for me. And so I started to ask myself, with that vision, what is it going to take for me to get there? And one of the things that I identified is that I needed to be in a very particular type of company. I needed to be in a company, to me, from my eyes, that I needed to be in a company that was larger, that was a larger company. I needed to be in a company that supported diverse voices. And I needed to be in a company that was willing to invest in their talent. And they did that through being very clear. And I think to me, being very clear is paying people what they're worth. So those were some of the things that I was looking for when I started looking for a job, a few years ago now, and ended up finding the company that I'm at. And I was in a different role just a couple of years ago. So I was able to navigate into a role that supported the vision. But a piece of the plan, this is only a piece of the plan, that I would be a leader and that I would have opportunities to bring my whole self to work, that I have opportunities to talk about personal and professional development in work. So now I'm positioning myself a little bit differently in work to eventually, provide myself with even more flexibility that I have as a leader. So not at the ultimate vision. The ultimate vision is that I would be a partner to this company with the personal development skills and leadership that I can bring. And that's what I have to offer to bring to the table. But that's an evolution, and it requires a certain type of company to be in and to learn how to navigate in order to get to that. So I hope that makes sense, that illustration makes sense. So with that, a part of the plan was get into a big company in a leadership position. Check. Okay. But a part of that piece of the plan, there were goals, connect with people, make applications, get interviews, different things, different milestones that I was telling myself, different work that needed to be happening in order to support the plan, which supported the vision, which will eventually support the dream. So we want to avoid turning our vision into a goal. We want to avoid acting like our goal is a vision, right? So if you're saying that you want to be in a new job in a year and it's taking you, let's say, 3 months to update your resume, right? It's taking you 2 months to start applying to jobs, right? That's 5 months right there. Then you got to go through the interview process and you know they're slow. Then you got to wait for HR. Then you got to get your letter and all this stuff. Stop treating something that is a part of the plan like it's the vision, right? Stop treating something that's a part of the plan like it's the vision. It's not the end goal. It's just a part of the plan. It's a step along the way. So when you start to break this down into more consumable pieces, then you can move at the pace that makes sense for whichever category your current desire falls into. So what I see a lot of people doing, coming into, it's Q4. It is Q4 when I'm talking about this right now. And a lot of people are looking back on their goals for the year and they are disappointed. And so if you're at a moment in time where you are looking back at your goals and you're disappointed at how far you've come, I want you to reevaluate, was it really a goal? Or is it something that's maybe a part of the plan? Or is it even the vision? Does it take a reframing for you to reposition what you've put in front of you and called it a goal, something that you should be getting to in the short term? And does it need to be recategorized as a part of the plan or the vision? And if it needs to be recategorized in any way, maybe you move it up to it's a part of the plan. So what are the smaller milestones now that you can start working towards to continue to make progress on the plan? Because I promise you this, if you are still here, if you are still breathing, then there is still time. And you don't have to wait till January 1st to make a new goal. You don't have to reset yourself going into January. You can start today. You can start right now. You can take advantage of the last 88 days in the year to say yes to what you committed to and to recommit to that now and to move at the proper pace and to create a plan and to create goals that support your vision so that you can eventually live out in your dreams. You have the power to do that right now, today. Nothing magic happens on January 1st. You already have the magic in you. So, take a deep breath. Let me take a deep breath. Let me take a deep breath. And buckle up and get ready to make amazing things happen. If you are a person who has these big dreams that seem unattainable, that seem far-fetched, I just want to encourage you that you have time. And all that you need to do is create the vision, identify the plan, and then start setting the goals that will move you closer to your dream. But if your dream is super big and if it seems unattainable, that just means that you are a person who has a vision for the long game. You are a person who is committed to long-term success. You are not a flashing light. You are a lighthouse, steady and always there for people to look to. And when you want to be the lighthouse, you have to guide yourself in a way that is extraordinary. And you have to do it consistently. And you have to be okay with falling short. And you have to be okay with making mistakes. And you have to be okay with it being messy sometimes. Because you get right back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep moving towards the vision. You may have to adjust the plan. That's okay. You may not hit all your goals. That's okay. The most important thing is that you are always pressing on towards the vision and the dream. And it's the vision, your work, the thing that you are going to put into this world that not only will fulfill you, it will fulfill your family, it will fulfill the people that you touch, the people that you impact. You have the power to do that. You've just got to believe it. I hope that this is encouraging for you. I'm so glad you're here. If you like this, like it, share it out. Leave me a comment and let me know what was the most impactful thing for you. I love you so much. There is nothing you can do about it. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.